Greetings, one and all. Welcome to your Daily Temper Report with me, your guest presenter, Jim Dowson. How are you? I've just seen Marty there saying shame in the House of Lords. Just in case you don't know, the House of Lords voted to continue abortion up until birth. Yeah, the House of Lords used to be filled with bishops. In actual fact, Britain's political system used to be very similar to Iran's. You had the parliamentary democracy, the lower house, and then the upper house was the House of Lords, and that was landed people and mainly bishops, religious leaders, and they were the final arbiters of the laws passed in this land. And let me tell you something, a lot of Americans go, House of Lords, that's terrible. No. It was a House of Lords, but it was basically the House of Bishops. I think that was another name for it. It was a good system. So that meant any law that our democratic elected representatives passed had to be cleared by the House of Bishops. They had to say, well, no, because our country used to be running Christian principles. So if a government passed laws that were anti-Christian, like abortion up to birth, the old House of Bishops, the House of Lords, would say, no, that is not in line with Christian teaching, and reject it and send it back to the Parliament for them to amend it. But those days are sadly gone. That Tony Blair cleared the House of Lords out, all the bishops and all the good people, and put in a load of people who are his mates. So now you can get into the House of Lords just for a freebie. And that now I disagree with the House of Lords because it ain't the way it should be. So we used to be run the same as Iran. Iran has its legislative body, but then they have the Ayatollahs, the religious leaders at the top, like our bishops at the top. So the laws have got to be approved by them, or else they don't get into law. That was a good system in Britain, had it. That was a good system because the religious leaders could always veto the laws that were being passed if they were not in line with Christian ethos. Sadly, those days have gone. Wee bit of good news is the Scottish Parliament voted against the assisted suicide euthanasia bill yesterday. Now, that was a shock for everybody, but I think the Catholic Church put the bite on a lot of the MPs and said, if you do this, we'll tell our people not to vote for you. So well done, the Catholic Church in Scotland. So in Scotland, they voted to not put through the euthanasia bill, but the House of Lords in UK voted for abortion up until birth. God help us. I mean that God help us. Anyway, let's have a wee word of scripture here before we go mad. Psalm 83, verse 1. Hear ye the Lord. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Amen. And we know the Lord will add his blessing to this, the public reading of his infallible, inspired, and inerrant word. And the people of God said, amen and amen indeed. Some more good news today. I don't know if you've been watching the news or you even get it in America. I don't know. But last night, Israel went mental and attacked the largest oil field in the world, which is Iranian. And in retaliation, the Iranians blasted one in one of the Gulf states, which could really throw us into great turmoil. And Donald Trump's waking up. Donald Trump ordered Israel to stop it and then apologized. He said, really sorry, Israel did this out of anger. It was an angry response to something. They shouldn't have done it, and I've told them not to do it again. Because Donald Trump knows if those gas fields go up, we're in serious trouble. Already gas has risen in the worldwide market 30% already. That was just one hit last night. And if we go full-blown war and we destroy all Iran's gas fields and they destroy all of the Gulf states' oil fields, we are in a financial total collapse like the Wall Street crash. And at least Donald Trump's had a good sense to rein Benjamin Netanyahu and said no. And actually apologised on their behalf. He said, oh, they just acted out of anger. It was something that shouldn't have happened. And I've told them not to do it again. So, who knows? There's hope. I think Donald Trump is really beginning to see that the tail's trying to wag the dog. America is the big dog, and it shouldn't be wagged by a skittery, wee, scrawny tail like Israel. Simple as that. America is a great nation. Israel is a wee strip of land. It's not even the size. It's half the size of most American cities. It's ridiculous. So anyway, good stuff. Good stuff. Good on the Donald. There's hope. Right. Westover 1314. How you doing? God bless you. Mitch Cameron's here. How you doing? Sherry. God bless you. Marty, how you doing, sir? Lady Matriarch. Hello, sister. How you doing? And Roger Madison's in there as well. And John Kopasaki. How you doing, John? Oscar Prats, how are you, Oscar? Ronald Santo, how are you? Nice speaking to you the other week, by the way. Christopher Strid's there as well. Yep. What else we got here? Yes. Oscar's agreeing with me, yes. But it's good. I'm glad to see Donald Trump actually taking decisive action and telling Israel, wind it in. I think the penny's dropping now with Trump. This is nothing to do with imminent danger to America. You know that guy who resigned the other day, that he was one of the head of the security chiefs in American administration? He lost his wife in in Syria a few years ago, and he resigned, saying, "I'm resigning because there was no imminent threat to America." And that's a fact. There was no imminent threat to America. That's a fact. But this war was orchestrated by and continued by Israel. They want to create the Great Israel Project, and they must get rid of Iran to do that. So I think Donald Trump and some of his advisors now begin to twig this, because they're wanting to do, let's smash Iran and move on. Israel said, no. And they're trying to elevate the war even worse by bombing their main gas fields. So Israel bombed one of the Gulf states' main gas fields. That will plunge the world into unimaginable financial chaos. Donald Trump and the administration understand that. And right away they said to Israel, no, stop it, no more. I think they're beginning to realize now, Israel don't want the war to end. They want it to be full blown. And America's gone, no, this is not what we signed up for. I think the penny has eventually dropped with the American administration, that they're being used by this very devious man, Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a war criminal. So let's hope that this is the case. I heard that. He was under investigation, yeah. Everybody's up to something there. But then again, what do you believe these days? Who knows? Yeah. Trump was sent to go back. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner have deceived Trump. Christopher Strid, you're absolutely right. Listen, Steve Witkoff is not a military man. He's a real estate agent, for goodness sake, who's, funny enough, signed a multi-billion-dollar business deal with some of these states. Very strange, isn't it? Very strange. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's a conflict of interest. Anybody can see that. But Steve Witkoff, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. But Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who's also up to his neck in the business deals, they have deceived Donald Trump. It's my honest opinion that they have deceived that man, and Trump now's went, hold on a minute here. Israel's got no intentions of stopping this. They're actually trying to make it worse. What are you doing here? I think he knows he's been used. I think he knows he's been used now. So fingers, toes, everything crossed that Donald Trump says very shortly, enough's enough, that's the end of it, and tells Israel to get back in their box. Well done. Excellent. There's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Aye, Kenfield and FBI back in investigation, but who trusts the FBI? You're not joking. Do you remember that guy who ran the FBI, James Comey or something? He went after Trump. He was a rotten snake in the grass, wasn't he? Was it James Comey? Oh, what a wicked, wicked man he was. And he was the head of the FBI. What chance have he got? Oh, if old J. Edgar Hoover could come back, he'd be rolling in his grave now, watching all this going on. Shocking stuff. Too many advisors. And Ted Cruz believe the Genesis applies to that country, Israel. Yeah. Roger, never a truer word was spoken, my friend. Never a truer word. Too many people believe in Hal Lindsey's Left Behind gibberish. Did you ever see that film? Remember that film? It was out a few years ago. Who was in it? Who's that guy that was in it? Baldy-headed guy. No, Left Behind. He used to be the Ghost Rider as well. He done the Ghost Rider. Remember, he was a skeleton. Nicolas Cage done it. Left Behind. He's on it. He was an airplane pilot or something. Everybody's going, and all the clothes were falling down. Never seen it. I was watching that, and a Catholic friend of mine phoned me up. He said, "Have you seen this film?" Because it was on the telly. I says, "Aye." He says, "What on earth is wrong with you Protestants? He's absolutely mental or what?" I says, No. Not all Protestants believe that. He says, "Jim, I've never seen anything like it. It's totally crazy." It was Big Niall McConnell. He says, "This is bonkers. This is absolutely bonkers. What is all these clothes dropping down? Do you really think you're going to be floating up to the sky?" I says, "No." But there are some people who do think that. Shocked. It's very, very, very shocking. Yeah. John Scott Psaki says, and I agree with James Comey may be one of the worst human beings I've ever seen. I think you're right. I've seen a few, but Comey's, he's up there. Yep. Yep. The late great planet Earth. Yeah, Brian Suggs says, "Good afternoon. How you doing, Brian? Nice to see you." I know it's bonkers. Anyway, we've got some exciting stuff. I've got a link there. I put a link up. We did. I told you the other week that we have these guys now in Manchester doing a lot of stuff and putting the Templar flags up, which is going great. And then they've just arrested a paedophile, which is excellent. The police have arrested him, took him away. Excellent, well done, lads. And as Mitch said yesterday, that's probably the best investment we've made all year, because it's only March and that is really working well. And other people are coming in and say, "Would you help us? Would you help us?" We put a post up last Saturday past, and it got 1.1 million hits, and that was just showing us putting Templar flags up. You've no idea how Europeans view the Templars. We're like a combination of Spider-Man, Superman, and all the Marvel comic heroes put together, but in a good way. The Templars have such a name in Europe because, Europeans understand what the Templars did, and they've said, "Oh, thank God the Templars are coming out of the darkness now and starting to show themselves again." Well, we have been for a while, but, a lot of people don't see it. But the minute we showed videos of the Templar flags going up in occupied areas, Muslim-infested areas in England, 1.1 million hits on our wee puny X channel. So people are going wild, so we need to take advantage of it. So we're going to be doing a big thing in this and really pushing it to supply these flags at cost to people who want to put them up. But we need to buy several thousand at a time. In fact, I just need, Marion, take me, can you phone that flag guy to see if we get any more Busants in or not? If not, when is he getting them in? So we can get them in, but we need to buy about 2,000 at a time to get the price right. But they'll go because people in England are so excited to see the Templars making a move. So, I'll put a link up there. Wait a minute. Put a link up there so don't forget. There's the link. Okay, that's the link there. But let me show you some stuff for these things anyway. Where is it? Where did I see that? Where is that? So all over England now, these things are going on. I'll show you a generic one. I think I showed you the other day, and I'll show you one. Well, is that our one? No. Where's our one? I can't see a thing here, This is the problem. Is that our one? No. Nope. Can't find it. Can't find our one. I had our one. Maybe I've got pictures of it instead. Well, I've got pictures of it instead. There you go. There's one picture there. I thought I had the video. I thought I did. Wait a minute. There's some of the flags going up. But I'm pretty sure. But the rallies recently in Britain have been going mad. I mean, look at some of these scenes here. Look at this. There's the Templar. See the Templar flags in amongst all them? See the Templar flags? Yep. It's going well. Oh, by the way, while I'm in here, just so I don't forget, I'll show you this. Look at this new painting they've just put in a wall in somebody's house up in part of Northern Ireland here. It's D-Day landings. So I'm sure you can recognise that tank. That's an American tank. That's the American boys and British boys coming on shore. And D-Day landings, they just painted that in one of the projects. It's a poor working class area. It's incredible, isn't it? Look at that. So, yeah. So let me get some of these videos up. Let me see. Let me see now. Right. Excuse my bad eyes. But as we've seen, there's a massive resurgence. I showed you this the other day. Can you imagine if that guy had been up there with a Templar flag? These are the things that trigger people. These are the things that radicalize our youth. And we make no excuses. We want our youth radicalized because they're going to have to be radicalized to deal with what's coming. So that was just fantastic. And one of our lads, Kai Patoli, I think he's finished, isn't he? He's made a really good ad recently. Let me show you one. Have a look at this. This is fantastic. Have a look. Lost myself. There we go. Pretty good. That was young Kai. Well done, Kai, if you're watching. Excellent. You're getting really good at these now. Just put a join link, a join thing at the end of it. But that was wonderful, wasn't it? Did you like that? Now, what's people saying here? In America, £3.19 a gallon. My goodness. £3.19. What's that? About £2.50. Wow. Sammy, calculate what we're paying a gallon now. It's about £1. Well, multiply. First of all, tell Sammy how to do it live. £1.50 by 4.55.
Yep.
What's that mean? What's that? Like, can it be right? Right, can it be right? Right, wait a minute. £1.50 multiplied by, what did I say? 4.55 equals 6.82. Right? 6.82. So work out that £6.80. No, you need it in your computer. £6.80 to dollars. £6.80 to dollars. Then we'll find out what it is. Okay.
909 United States dollar.
Yeah, so we're paying roughly $9-10. No, wait a minute, that's a gallon, is it? That's £6.82 a gallon. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, so we're paying just under $10 a gallon. $10 here, a gallon for a gallon of gas. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, it's madness. So we're paying $10. Wow, it's crazy stuff. But the big problem here is the heating oils went mad. The heating oils sometimes trebled in Ireland, and 60% of people in this part of the world heat their homes through kerosene. Kerosene's now for 1,000. So 1,000 1,000 litres, which is about 250 gallon, it's costing us about £1,500, which is about $2,000. So we're paying the same money for heating oils we're paying basically for petroleum we put in the car. It's unbelievable. It's quite incredible. I know a lot of Americans use heating oil, but you get it dirt cheap. So we're now to fill my tank, which is a 900 litre tank, which is what, 250 gallon tank. It's going to cost me at least £1,600, which is about $2,000. It's no idea. And then since the gas fields got hit just last night, bottled gas, propane has went up 30% overnight. Now, me and young Sammy were smart, haven't we, Sammy? How much gas have we got for the cooking?
3 years.
We've got 3 years gas supply, because last week, because I knew this was coming, because I'm a Templar and it's my job to know these things. I knew this was coming. I knew America wouldn't have hit that gas field. See, we're talking about America's doing absolutely blasting Iran to smithereens. It's not true. America are deliberately not touching the big oil fields and not touching the big gas fields, because that would lead to world economic catastrophe. So it's not a total annihilation of Iran, because if you hit those gas fields, everybody suffers, especially you guys in America. We all suffer. It's a big global catastrophe. But I knew Israel would do it. I knew Israel couldn't resist it. I knew they would do it behind America's back and really upset America. So they did. So I thought about this last week, and we went out and we got every gas bottle we had it to their name, and we got them all filled. So we've got 3 years gas, because Sammy's gas cooker, and he's got the baby and all that, and my gas cooker, they all run off propane. We don't have mains gas. They all run off bottled gas. So we've got enough gas now for 3 years. Well done. So there we go. Very smart. So if you don't have any gas, go and get some. Yep. There we are. It's terrible stuff, isn't it? It's absolutely awful what's going on. Now here's another. Did we see that? I think we've seen that advert, did we? Well, we've just. There's a more generic one with the flags, but it's really important that we help these guys get the flags up. While people are doing it, they really are going mad. They're going mad to get flags up, and it's happening all over the country. People are really digging in now. And I'll tell you a story. We were quite cordial relationship with some Muslims up until recently. They're really getting spooked. The Muslims are really getting spooked now, because they're driving about streets that they dominate numerically, going to school, going here. Now when they're driving down streets, every lamppost has got a St. George's flag or a Union flag on it all around their town, all around the country lanes. So they're thinking, what is going on here? So they thought they were Jack the Lad. They thought they were in charge, and all of a sudden they're seeing all the flags and thinking, we've not beat the British yet. And it's really spooking them, and they're really becoming very hostile now because of this type of thing. Have a look, and God bless the people who've done it. So there we go. So imagine if you're a Muslim and you think you've dominated them and you're walking down the street, there's no sign of Britishness anywhere. Then all of a sudden you cannot go, you go down one street, flags everywhere, next street, flags everywhere, town centre, flags everywhere. My goodness, you're taking your kids to the school, flags everywhere. You're going to the mosque, flags everywhere. That's what's happening all over England. Amen and hallelujah. But we want to be part of it. We want Templar flags going up. So help us with this and help these. You know, we've got the men to do it now. The boys are doing really well. I'll put you another link there. Help our lads get these flags up. That's the link to the page. It's in the shop to support putting the flags up. I think, you know, if you think about it, $10 does about 2 flags, and then we've got to post them out and all that. So $20 does about 3 or 4 flags and getting them out. So think how many flags we need. It's a lot. So we'll leave it to you. We're really pushing it to try and get the oak bought before the prices went up. But one of our decent brothers has stepped forward with that. Unbelievable generosity. A guy stepped forward and says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." It's incredible stuff. It really is incredible stuff. So let's get doing stuff. Let's put our hands in our pockets and help these boys get the flags up. Because this shouldn't be happening in Britain. This needs to be happening in America, in Canada, and Australia, and other places. This has to be happening everywhere. But hopefully this will be a model that we can now copy. It's different in America because you guys love your flag, and you've got every time I go to America, there's flags everywhere. It's like being in Northern Ireland. It's brilliant. But it really is a place to mark out your territory, to inspire patriotism, to really tell the Muslim hordes who've invaded us, look, we ain't away yet. These are our areas, and we're marking them. We're marking our areas. Obviously, the left are trying to take them down, but the Muslims aren't. The Muslims are they're a bit worried about the whole thing. They think, what's going on here? There's an uprising. You better believe it. So this is something that we must encourage, that we must support. It's imperative. It's flags today. Who knows what it'll be next? But it's a good start. It's a good start. Right, moving on here. We're just at St. Patrick's Day, and sometimes you despair in this life, don't you? You really despair sometimes in this life. Never seen anything like it in all my life. St. Patrick's Day. Let me show you about St. Patrick's Day. Every single city in Ireland has St. Patrick's Day that looked like this. Now, first of all, I had no idea there were so many Indians in Ireland. But it's like America. You're getting millions of Indians coming into you. Elon Musk said it's a great thing. Britain, last year, 1 million Indians came to Britain. I mean, they were the biggest demographic group coming to Britain. I never knew they were this strong in Ireland. It's unbelievable. Here's the St. Patrick's Day in Cork. Now, Cork's the rebel county. That's where Michael Collins and all that came from. It was the most viciously anti-British, insular, ethnic county in the whole of Ireland. Well, here's Cork's St. Patrick's Day parade the other day. It's actually the wrong film I showed you. It was Cork, but they weren't the worst for the Indians. The Indians, all the other ones, were the Dublin one was just thousands. But there's some Indians there, but you might have noticed a lot of them are Africans, Palestinians. Everything. There was everybody there bar the Irish. Where on earth are the Irish? Where have the Irish been? And everybody's been saying this, whether it be Cork, Dublin, Dundalk, Londonderry, anywhere in Ireland. It was all all ethnics. There's no Irish people about. No Irish people about. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. Madness. It is heartbreaking, Oscar. It's really heartbreaking. Yeah. You see more proud Irish people in New York. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Ireland, I've never seen a country fall as quick. Never. It is engulfed in the last 10 years. It took 50 years for Britain to be engulfed. Ireland, 10 years. So there's not even any time to react to it. But it's coming. Because let me tell you, Ireland will not fall. Britain will not fall. Maybe France and all them will. I doubt it. Look, we're Europeans. Are you kidding? We're not going to fall. We'll get to the stage where it's going to be end up a bloody fight, but we won't fall. Not a chance. Not going to happen. But it's tight, and we need to spark people into action now. It's very important. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? It's frightening when you see it, and it's because of people like this balloon. Now, this guy was in Cumber recently. He was in the pub across the road there. Everybody thought, "What's this guy all about?" This is Black Paddy. Anyway, I'll not get into it. I'll just let you watch this buffoon and see what you think yourself.
I know deep down I'm Irish because I'm the Black Paddy and I'm funny and I like to have good crack of people. Right from coming from Nigeria, coming to Ireland, being homeless. I've seen it all, being down. My journey of being Black Paddy, I was afraid to come out and tell people my name is the Black Paddy because I was like, it might get a bit of backlash and you know yourself. But I thought to myself as well, what's the intention of that name? Why are you calling yourself the Black Paddy? Then I said, it's all about love, inclusiveness. It doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white. You're coming to my life. Let's go have a pint in a pub. Show me where the best Guinness is. Let's go have the crack.
Yeah.
I'll show me where the best Guinness is. In Nigeria. Go back. This fool wanders about. He's massive on YouTube. He made a mistake a few months ago. He went to a pub in the country here in Northern Ireland. We're a bit different from the north. He went to a pub in Northern Ireland in a wee Catholic town, but there were some old IRA boys, the real ones, not the communist ones, the real ones, the Catholic ones, the real boys. And he went into a pub and he got slapped and told, "Get out with him like here." and he says, "You guys are racist." Yes, that's right. Go away. But you're not Irish. You're not Irish. You never will be Irish. You've never been Irish. It's impossible. You're Nigerian, you stupid fool. Why are you saying you're Irish? It's utterly ridiculous. And it's not cute. It's not funny. It's a disgrace. So, you ever seen anything like it? Marty says he's not in mine. It's absolutely mad. It's completely mad. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this guy. I'm Irish. I mean, what? You're Irish? Dear goodness. It's just frightening. Let me show you some Irish. This is Irish. This is Irish. Have a look at this. Sorry, that's Irish. That's Irish now. I put this up on our X a couple of days ago and somebody says, "My goodness, that's mental illness. You don't just wander about the woods dancing and all that." The English person said this. Of course, the English person said, "Oh, that's a mental illness. Some young lassie dancing about the hills and the trees and the forest and all that." Not if you're Scottish, Irish, or Welsh. It's quite common. It's quite common. You will even see Mr. Dowson occasionally in the woods. I don't dance about the woods, but I tend to go up trees and climb trees and poke about things because I'm at one with them. I don't know if there's a remnant of the old druid pagan ancestry. I don't know what it is, but I like being in amongst the ancient forests and the woods and the mountains and the moors and the heather and the bracken. If I get into a hill, I lie in the bracken. It all covers you and you're lying in the heather. It's beautiful and soft. And I can sit there and watch the clouds and have a day when it's not raining, which is very rare. But I love that. So I said to this person, "No, dancing like that through the woods and whatnot is quite common in Ireland and in Scotland and in Wales. It's a Celtic thing. And, it's a Celtic thing. Nothing strange about it. Nobody even bat an eyelid. It's quite a thing. It's quite a thing. And even, when I was a kid and we were having a party, Sagers would have a party. We wouldn't have a party in the house or in the backyard, the cook-up, as you call it in Australia, and whatnot, a barbecue in America. No, we would go out of the housing area and go away up into the woods, deep into the woods, and we would do it there. And we would dance in the woods, yes, quite often. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, this is real. This is Irish, and she's a pretty girl, and she's not showing all her flesh. She's fairly covered up. She's doing no bad. But this is not unusual. This is lovely. This is a lovely expression of somebody who's at one with nation, with ethnicity, with faith, and a culture. What's wrong with it? I mean, look at the joy in this girl's face. That is not mental illness. This is loveliness. Paul Telfer says not far off hillbilly dancing. In actual fact, it's the same. It's just the Irish dancing of 100 years ago was stylized. If you go back over 100 years ago, that hillbilly board dancing in Iceland is the exact same. And Paul, if you go to Lancashire, they've got clog dancing. It's the same. It's the same. Right across Northern Europe, we dance the same, much the same. But the Irish has been very, very, very stylized because it's very popular. So it's became an industry and it's became very stylized. But it never used to be like that. It was the exact same as you see in Lancashire or you see in the Appalachians. Exact same. It's clog dancing, board dancing. Exact same. You see how she was on a wee board? You see that anywhere you go through Appalachia, you'll see the same thing. Marvelous stuff. Very impressive. Oh, she was good at that, wasn't she? She was really good. Yep. Do you remember some of the people who were over for a night ceremony? Was it last year or the year before? With the All Ireland under-14s champion, the wee girl. She lived up the road from the pub and she came down and gave us a wee exhibition. She'll be like that when she's older. She's the All Ireland champion, that wee girl that we had in the pub that night. Amazing, isn't it? So there we go. Yep. Countries ever dance. Absolutely. I dance that when I'm drunk. Now, you think you're dancing like that, Paul, when you're drunk. You think you're dancing like that, but it's very different. I've seen it. I know what you mean. It's crazy stuff, isn't it? It's crazy stuff. But there we go. That's Irish. That's real Irish for you. So, Black Paddy, what a load of nonsense. I'm trying to think. Did we see this? Wait a minute. Did I see this one?
Our temperate banner flags now being raised across Muslim-occupied areas in England. The world must know that the English, Scots, Welsh and Irish may be bloodied, outnumbered and weary, but we will not surrender our land as long as 100 bold men of Albion draw breath. Not a boast, but a sacred promise, so help us God. Deuce Vault. The brand new TemperStore.com has now launched, your gateway to official Knights Templar memorabilia and apparel. From jackets, helmets, flags, books.
Well, I was looking for that film member earlier on. So that's it. So thank you. Roger Madison's threw in $100. Roger, thank you very much. It's very good. Give us a demonstration of that. That'd be good, wouldn't it, John? Aye, dear me. What have we got? Some of my grandkids do Scottish dancing, which is a wee bit different, but we do some Scottish dancing. Yeah, but I think Sammy's wife, Sarah, I think she does a bit of the Irish dancing. Did you know that Sammy's wife, Sarah, that wee quiet girl, she's a champion horse rider. Massive boxer there. So I saw that. There's all trophies for the horse riding. First place he's having. Massive set of trophies for horse riding. But she does a wee bit of Irish dancing. But anyway, let me see this again, this advert again, because this is very good and you see the flag flying proudly.
Our temperate banner flags now being raised across Muslim-occupied areas in England. The world must know that the English, Scots, Welsh and Irish may be bloodied, outnumbered and weary, but we will not surrender our land as long as 100 bold men of Albion draw breath. Not a boast, but a sacred promise, so help us God. Deuce.
Yes, and that's the message we need to convey to the people. It's not over until it's over. And get off your knees, get on your feet, and reclaim your land. The first part of that is marking your territory, getting the flag. That's what we do here in Ireland. We mark our turf. So when you're driving about, you maybe get, well, think we're going to buy a house, and you go looking at houses to buy, and you see all the flags that are maybe alien to me up. Oh, I'm not moving there. And that's what we want to do in England. So a Muslim family, African family are driving down. We're going to move into this area. And it's festooned with battle flags, Templar battle flags, and Union flags, and St. George flags. They think, no, we don't want to live there. And over a very short period of time, over 10 years, none of them move in. All our people want to move in. So the ones already in the housing area, they start moving out. And the minute they move out, our people are moving in. And within 10 years, that area, which was maybe 30, 40% them, becomes 100% us. It sounds very basic, but it works. We did it in Ireland. Both sides. The Catholics did it, the Protestants did it, and now we live completely separate lives. It's got to be done. So help us do it. I'll put a link up here again for you. There's a link, folks. There we go. That's for the flag fund. Yeah, okay. Now, 22 years ago, yesterday, this happened in Kosovo. This is an Orthodox church being attacked by Albanian Muslims who were helped, I may add, by the British and the American armed forces. We bombed and terrorized for over 100 nights. We bombed Belgrade, a totally Christian city, for over 100 nights. We bombed Belgrade, America and Britain. We bombed a Christian European city. This is only 20 odd years ago. We did that. So the Muslims could win, because the Muslims had started a genocidal attack on the Christians. The Serbs get stuck into them, wiped the floor with them, and Britain and America attacked Serbia because they were winning. Because America wanted a big naval base, a big base called Bondsteel in Kosovo, and the Serbs wouldn't allow it. So they backed a Muslim government, the Albanians. I mean, the worst of the worst. The Americans and the British boosted and backed the Albanians to get rid of the Serbs so they could have a big naval base here called Bondsteel. That's it. It's not my opinion. That's exactly what happened. And Albania is funny. Me and Nick went there. We went to Kosovo, which is Albania now, and we drove through it. And there's American flags flying from the mosques, and there was big banners. We love America. We love Bill Clinton and all the rest of it. You've never seen anything like it. Mosques with American flags. It's crazy stuff, really bizarre. But that was wicked, and that's another chapter, because in European folklore, especially Orthodox, Kosovo is classed as the most precious green field of all of Christendom. And at the moment, it's been occupied by the Muslims, and we can never really rest until we get that field back again, our lost field back again. We cannot rest. This happened 22 years ago, yesterday. Now, let me ask you, anything you know about Kosovo? Oh, that camera's away again. Shout, Sammy. He's outside somewhere. I don't know where he is. Wait a minute. Try and fix this. Give him a shout. We've done all right there as well. We're doing all right there. We're doing okay. We'll see if it's back. We'll see if this comes back again, folks. Just bear with me. Anyway, well, we're doing okay as well. We're back again. Now, tell me this. Anytime you've heard about Serbia or Kosovo in the news in America or whatever else in the world, tell me if I'm wrong, but I've only ever heard of the massacres of the Serbs. It's okay now, but just keep about the massacre of the Serbs, massacring Muslims, and all these horror stories and poor Muslims fleeing. You never ever see that. The Christian villages being destroyed, the Christian refugees, all those Christian houses burned out. Did you ever see that in America? I can tell you, we never seen it in Britain. Wait, the BBC never showed us that. They showed us all the time Arkan, the Serbian Tigers, massacring Muslims and fighting Muslims and sniping in at Sarajevo and all the rest of it. That's all we've seen. That's all we've seen. That's all the context we got. We didn't get anything about Christian churches being burned, Orthodox churches being pulled down, and Orthodox people being massacred and butchered and having to flee. Never seen a thing about it. Did you see anything like that? I'm sure you never. It's shocking stuff, but that's the times we live in. That's the times we live in. Pretty grim. Let me see now. Yep. It's a travesty, absolutely. Shocking stuff. Let me just see, in case I missed anything here. Rasapora slate me about the Union flag. How they always do. Mitch Cameron says, so grateful I was never posted there. I know. It says terrible. Just, I know, it'd be a horrible thing. This is spearhead to America. Yep, already here. Yep, absolutely. Usually getting the same way. Unfortunately, I was sent over. Sorry about that, Brian. Sorry you were sent there. It's terrible, isn't it? But anyway, the breakup of Yugoslavia, yep. Never seen that, Jim. It doesn't fit the narrative. No, of course, we never seen it in Britain either. It was only when I started going to Kosovo and Serbia and Hungary and all that, I started finding out what was going on. I thought, good grief, where was that? This was only 20 odd years ago, wasn't it? Centuries ago. But it was completely hidden from us. Completely hidden from us. And there was a bridge there with crowds, Muslim crowd one side of the bridge, Christian crowd the other side. That's Mitrovica. I mean, Mr. Griffin there, Mitrovica. There's a bridge. The town used to be evenly split. Now there's 16,000 Christian Serbs this side of it and 80,000 Muslims the other side of it. The Muslims are flooding into Kosovo. Just means there's going to be a lot more people to chase out when the Serbs eventually get let loose on it. And that's coming. That's coming. When this Iran thing's out the way, the world's going to be a different place. The geopolitics will be very different. America just won't be as powerful as it once was. Won't be able to order people about the way they once did. And Russia will then say, okay, we never bothered you when you attacked Iran, so now we're going to attack Kosovo. We're going to attack Albania and take Serbia back. And everybody will go, oh, fair enough. So that's one good thing that's coming out of this war. Things are going to change. And I can tell you, if God spares me and God keeps my health up, when those armies march south from Belgrade down that winding road through the mountain passes into Kosovo, I'll be there. I'll be there. Make no mistake about it. I'll be there. So good. Mostar, yeah. It's just shocking how the truth is hidden from us, isn't it? But that's how this is. Now, wait a minute. There's a nice now we're on the subject of Serbia. I know I keep asking you all, please pray for our brother Misha Vasic. He's one of the top men in Serbia. Good militiaman, but he's only a young man in his 30s being diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And it's not good. I mean, I need to. I'm not supposed to fly. I'm only supposed to do our journeys, but I don't have any choice no matter. I think I'm going to have to fly over to Serbia and see my brother before it gets too late. So keep that in your prayers as well. Anyway, from Serbia, have a look at this. Beautiful, beautiful song by a very beautiful woman indeed. Have a listen to this. This is proper European ethno music. This is better than your gangster rap, twerking, and any of that other garbage that's pouring out of the, you know who owns the music industry in America, don't you? They're deliberately doing it to poison our minds. Is it would not be better if our sons and daughters listen to this type of stuff? Have a listen.
Yeah.
Well, I hope John Kopasaki especially liked that. It's wonderful, isn't it? Beautiful. Paul Telfer says absolutely beautiful. Yep. Brian Sirk says, light years better than that Muslim gibberish. Mitch Cameron says, soul-stirring music. It certainly is. And the monastery was featured on that. We helped finance that. Me and Mr. Givenover took money over to help finance the rebuilding of that monastery. And the monks were very, very decent to us, very good. In fact, when the BBC turned up to try and sniff about, they said, do you know these men? Showed pictures of me, Nick. And the monk didn't want to lie, but he just said, I don't know. There's lots of tourists here. Lots of tourists come here. Everybody welcome. He just blanked him. He was having none of it. Then he just locked it out. Go away. So good guys, really good, beautiful. And I tell you, that was the best money we ever spent in this order. You know, they're on the front line there. It's not happening here. We were there, and they were telling us RPG's been hitting the outside walls of the monastery. It's been there 1,000 years, and the walls are 12 feet thick. I thought I was doing well here with putting the walls 2 feet thick. They're 12 feet thick there. So RPGs just bounce off them. No panic. Different breed of men. But it's wonderful. Now, before we finish up, I've got one more I want to show you. I'm going to finish up tonight with a absolutely belting, old-fashioned American hymn. Because let me tell you, the American evangelicals get a lot of banging and hammering. Right, we know there's some mental cases there like that. Paula White, she's not an evangelical. She's a charismaniac. She's a nutter. Listen, I've been to some of the best churches in the world. And I believe the best church in the world is just 10 feet, 20 feet away from me there. But I've been to cathedrals, I've been to the Vatican, I've been everywhere. Paul's Cathedral, I've been everywhere. Westminster, I've been everywhere. Toledo Cathedral, which is unbelievable. But, you know, I'm never at my happiest. You don't get all these places I'm going to tell you about now are gone. But in the old days, I used to spend a lot of time in the old mission halls, in the old wooden halls down the back of the railway bridges or down the back of the old steelworks. Just poor wee wooden huts that normal people had built with their own hands. Little wooden huts, maybe about 40 feet long, 20 feet wide. The old shingle roofs on them, they're always bent, falling apart. No stained glass, no nothing. And carpenters had built a wee bit of a platform for the preacher man to stand on. We called them mission halls. I don't know what you call them in America. But simple people, not educated professional ministers, just guys who loved the Lord. And the singing and in there and the worship of the Lord in these places is unbelievable. And I only find that now in America. You can still find those places in America, especially in the Appalachians, but they're all gone here now. But my heart really belongs to those places. When I get into these places, I find them. So we're going to end today's show with Loretta Lynn singing a great old hymn. I don't know if any of you remember it. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And it is hillbilly. It is hillbilly. Sammy was telling me it's getting very popular in Britain. People call it, what? What do you call it here? Peepaw music. Peepaw music. It's becoming very popular here with the young people in Northern Ireland. Peepaw music. Yeah. They play it to the baby every night. We Sammy's baby every night. But it's becoming popular now amongst the young people. Now, I remember it because I'm old enough. I've got a suspicion Mitch Cameron might remember it, but I don't want to say anything. Obviously, Sherry, she's far too young. She won't remember. Mitch Cameron, he's an old geezer. He might remember it, but it's called Peepaw music. But before we get there, I want to give you one more bit of Serbian music. And this is personally my favourite Serbian ancient song. It's 1,000 years old, and it's about a king. It's about a king out wandering about hunting, and he comes across a shepherdess, a young pretty girl who's a shepherdess in the forest, and he can't marry her because he's a king and she's a nobody, and it's a sad love story. Don't know it all, but that's the gist of it anyway. And I think this is just absolutely beautiful. It's cut into two parts, this song. It's the second part that I'm referring to mainly, but it's just a beautiful thing. So before we get to the Peepaw music, as I said, the American Christians are getting, and especially the simple people, get a really bad press. But let me tell you something, that's where I feel more comfortable. In an old wooden hall down the back of the railway bridges in the poor part of town, where people really don't know much about education, but they know the Lord. Anyway, first, before that, let's have this beautiful Serbian song.
Da se
Well, was that not just absolutely divine? She's a good girl, her. We know her well. She sings at all the mad rallies. See, when you go to the big militia rallies, 50,000, they're all there with the big skull T-shirts and all that, the flares. She's there. Everyone, she's there. And she's got 4 kids now. She's only 32, get married not that long ago, a few years ago. 4 kids, she's banging them out. I think she married a Orthodox priest chap. So, what a voice. Very, very good indeed. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now because I've had a good day. I'll put this link up the last time. This is for getting the flags to send out to people to get the Templar flags. I want to see Templar flags all over England, all over, especially in the Muslim areas. They need to know we ain't done yet. You ain't took over yet, my friends. No, not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. Well, it's not over at all until we say it's over, and it won't be over. And you should be getting a ticket back to wherever you came from because the pretense is over now. It's not happening. We're fighting for our very survival in Europe and shortly in America. You're only a few years behind us, America. Make no mistake about it. Only a few years behind us, and we're all in the same boat. But we need to inspire the next generation of young people to be radicalized, to make a stand, and to make sure they fight tooth and nail to keep what's theirs because it was handed down to them. We're only keeping these lands in trust for our children. Let's remember that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now with some peepaw music from Loretta Lynn, only a coal miner's daughter from Butcher Holler. And I think this is one of the best country western hymns I've ever heard in my life. Yes, it's cheesy. Yes, all that stuff. But I tell you what, it's my type of music. This is my background. This is what I grew up in the Appalachians, but in Scotland. Okay. God bless you. Let's have a look at this. Right, don't worry, there's no fat lady. It's just this expression we've got here comes from the theatre. It's not over until the fat lady sings because at the end of the shows in the theatre, a big fat lady used to come and sing. Don't worry about it. We don't have any fat ladies. So I'm going to leave you here with Loretta Lynn. God bless you all. I'll see you again on Sunday, the Sunday sermon, if the good Lord spares me, and I trust he was. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're all out, me, Sammy, and the boys and that, we're all going to a pro-life rally in Ulster on Saturday. So I'll get some pictures of that. It's a pro-life rally from the House of Prayer. It's a Catholic organisation I've been very friendly with for many, many years. So we're going with them. I get invited up every year. They treat us very well as Templars. So we'll get up there on Saturday. I'll get pictures and video and I'll show you it next week. Okay, but until then, I'm going to leave you with this, and please join me on Sunday if you can. But in the meantime, remember, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Dus Volt.
For our hymn of the day, we'd like to call on Miss Loretta Lynn to do for you a song that she wrote and recorded herself. We know that you'll enjoy hearing Loretta do Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven.
Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Once upon a time there lived a man, and his name was Hezekiah. He walked with God both day and night, but he didn't want to die. He cried, "Oh Lord, please let me live. Death is close, I know." God smiled down on a Hezekiah and gave him 15 years to go. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Lord, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to die. Though I long for the day when I'll have new birth, still I love living here on earth. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Jesus walked here on this earth, he knew his Father's plan. He knew that he must give his life to save the soul of man. When Judas had betrayed him, our Father heard him cry. He was brave until his death, but he didn't want to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Lord, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to die. Though I long for the day when I'll have new birth, still I love living here on earth. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.